So, I'm sure we were all rather surprised to see a bunch of leaked information on Season 5 coming out recently. And I gotta say, there's some fascinating ideas here, as well as some rather puzzling ones. So for any of you who wish to avoid spoilers, I would suggest heading elsewhere right now, because I've got some real doozies here. First off, Nightmare Moon is coming back for real this time. More specifically, Luna transforms willingly to help fight a bigger evil. This has some fantastic potential, as well as raising a lot of interesting questions. Like, what manner of villain could there be to make Luna so desperate that she wanted to transform herself again? Secondly, we're getting Lauren Faust coming back to write an episode. She hasn't had anything to do with the show for years, and now she gets to put a little more of her creativity back into MLP. I know it won't be all that much, but I'm sure that having her write even just one more episode will be very welcome news for the whole fandom. But while I am fascinated by some of this new information, I am thoroughly puzzled by other little tidbits. There has been an announcement that one of the fan-created characters is going to be making an appearance in the show itself, and at first I was thrilled to hear this news. And then I was very much confused when I found out that this fan-created character would be Kimmy Sparkle. Really? Has the crew over at Shareclop Pones left so much of an impact on the fandom that the show staff believe that Kimmy would be the best representative of fan-created content? I'm sure that I could say a lot more on these subjects, but I think I'm going to need more time to process these ideas. However, the last little tidbit of new information is something that I know I could talk about right now. I've been rather curious for a long time about whether the MLP staff should ever establish one of the main six in a long-term relationship, and now it looks like it's finally happening. Pinkie Pie is going to get and keep a cult friend. This has some very interesting possibilities. First off, are they going to introduce a brand new character that will stick around for the long term? Or could one of the already established male characters be getting a more permanent role in the show? Now, I'm sure that a lot of people think that perhaps Big Mac might fill this role. And yeah, I can certainly understand why. Pairing the hyperactive, fun-loving Pinkie Pie with the calm and quiet Big Mac could yield some interesting results. Their very different personalities could make for some intriguing stories, and even some creative comedy. And I can also see the two of them influencing each other to bring out some better qualities that we haven't seen from these characters before. However, I'm going to say that this pairing is a rather unlikely possibility. It could happen, but I get the sense that the MLP staff wouldn't want to make quite that big a change to the show's dynamic to more than one already established character. I think it is more likely that Pinkie's new cult friend will be someone brand new, which carries with it a lot of intriguing concepts, but also a lot of consequences. If they establish a new character, the writers could take this relationship practically any direction they choose, and thus the show could get away with a lot more story possibilities. However, it is vital that whomever this new character will be, he has to be able to stand on his own. He has to be interesting in his own way, and not just because he's in a relationship with Pinkie Pie. If the show staff tries to introduce a character whose only impact on the fandom is Pinkie's cult friend, that would deeply undermine any positive effects that these story possibilities could have on the show. I would love to see the MLP staff try to teach more lessons about relationships, and given their past history, I think that they could leave even more of a cultural impact with this show if they approach these ideas with the same care and creativity they've put into their previous lessons. I know there is probably a lot more I could say on all this new information about Season 5, but I think I'm going to have to leave that for another day. I'm sure that a lot of us are going to need some time for these ideas to sink in. I hope you'll leave your thoughts on all this new Season 5 information in the comments below, and I hope that MLP continues to be a groundbreaking show for many years to come. I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.